Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. So today we will be talking about how to get the comma separated values from a single column. So this is a frequently asked interview questions and there are many real-time scenarios in which we have to use these things. There are two solutions that we will be talking about in this video. So first one is like using the stuff function in XML path. Many of you have heard this thing like or have used it in real scenarios. So basically, stuff function is used for masking the values. For example, like if we have a string and we want to replace some characters of that string, then we can just provide the character expression uh, start of the string and the length for how many characters we want to change the string, and then the replace expression. So it will just replace the existing string with some new values. Okay, and for example, path is also used for providing us like comma separated string. We will use like in the example. And the second one is using a string aggregate function. So this function is available in SQL Server 2017 and above. So this function is also used to concatenate strings separated by a specific separator. So you can see the syntax. The syntax is like we just provide the function name and then the expression and then the separator which we want to use, and then there is within group. Like if we want to order by like the string that we are concatenating, if we want that to be ordered by some specific order, then we can do that. I will show you the same in the examples. So you can see in the screen like this is the input that we are going to use. So like you can see like for ID1, there are multiple rows in the existing input. Like the same person John is having multiple email ID. So in the output, I want to concatenate all these IDs and by a comma separated value. Okay, so let's go to SSMS to see the demo. So let me first drop this table if it is already existing. Okay, the table is dropped. So I'm creating the same table, the same I have shown you um in the previous slide. Like I'm taking three columns like ID, name, and email. I'm creating the table and inserting some values. So I'm selecting this as a whole. So now you can see that in the table, like the data is like John is having multiple IDs, Mary is having two different email IDs, and Alekia is having only one ID. So let's start with the us first solution, like using the stuff and the XML path. So what I will do is, first of all, I write like select asterisk from the table name, right? So I want to get all these IDs in a comma separated way. So what I will do is I will just put a comma in quotes, and then I will just concatenate it with the column like it is like email, right? If I will run it like this, it will be like this, like there is comma in front of every email ID, and then I will use for XML path. For XML path. Now if I run it, I will get it as this, a single XML file basically, comma separated string. So you can see like in this XML file, we are having one comma at the starting for john@abc.com. So we will be using stuff to remove this comma at the front, right? So what I will be using is select asterisk from table name, this comma separated value. Then I will be using stuff function here, right? I will be using stuff, and in the stuff I'm using this as the expression which I want to change. Okay, so like I will provide it in brackets like this expression, and I want to replace the comma with spaces, this first comma before this John. So I will use one because it is at the starting, then it's correct, its length is also one, and then I will replace it with spaces. Then if I will run it, let's show. So it will come like this, like all the IDs are coming multiple times. And I will use ID and name in front of this, right? So you can see all the IDs are coming multiple times here. So what we can do, we can use a distinct function here. No, and also like all the IDs are coming. One more thing, all the IDs are coming. Like for John, like Mary's ID is also coming, and all these IDs are coming for all the names, irrespective of like for John, there was only three IDs which should come ideally here. So what we need to do, we need to make this query like we need to use a where condition here, like where we will be matching um, it in the on the basis of ID. So I will make this as a derived table. I will make the outer query as a derived table, and then I will be using where a dot id is equals to b dot id. Now if I run it here, you can see that for John we are having only three IDs. Like in the input for John we were having three rows, like one is this, one is this, and other one is this. So like there will be corresponding to John, there will be three email IDs only. But still we are getting like multiple times we are getting John. Then now we will use the clause, like distinct clause here. And if I run it now, it will be giving me the desired result. So I'm getting the comma separated values, comma separated IDs for John and Mary. Now let's talk about this string aggregate functions. So I will start with select asterisk from table name, and then I will be using, instead of asterisk, I will be using the string aggregate function here. In the string aggregate function, I will provide the column name, that is email, and what kind of separator I want. I want comma. Okay. So, and we have to group by ID and name because it's an aggregate function. So we have to use the group by. So if you can say like we are getting the data like this, like Alekia, John, and the IDs we are getting in, like for John, three IDs, and for Mary, two, for Alekia, one. And now, suppose what I want to do, I want to, although it is in a proper order only, but suppose like if there is scenario like if the IDs are not in a proper order, I want to order it in some way. Suppose if I want to reverse this order, I want Carl first, like the ID should start from K first and then followed by John. So what I can do, I can use within group and then order by email. I think it should be descending in this case. Now if I run it, you can see that Carl is coming first. Like it is, the order is reversed, like fam Mary is coming first. And if I just remove this descending thing, then you can see that it is in alphabetical order, like Mary first, like starting from M and then P, starting from J and then K. So this is the other way by which we can achieve the comma separated value. So this we can do like in SQL Server version 2017 and above. And for the older versions, we can use the stuff and XML path functions. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you. Thanks for watching.